TJ Marconi has his biggest opportunity to date as he is about to go one-on-one for the first time ever with Chris Dickinson. Now, TJ Marconi has been on quite the roll since the Gospel of the Boards. It was Marconi that went one-on-one with Corvus Fear, and even though he came up short in that contest, it was his best showing as a singles competitor to date in Beyond Wrestling. And while Darius Carter fell to Chris Dickinson on the night one of the Gospel of the Boards taping, TJ Marconi was able to defeat the Pitboss on day two. So TJ Marconi is riding a wave of momentum into this match against Chris Dickinson. But let's not forget, he also injured his knee coming to the aid of Darius Carter when Darius Carter was getting attacked by Chris Dickinson and the rest of the Doom Patrol at the conclusion of their contest at Gospel of the Board. Believe it or not, somewhat of a freak accident. The ring actually snapped, and one of the ropes came ricocheting into the ring, colliding with TJ Marconi's leg. Not sure if he's going to be coming into this contest 100% or not, but he's got to be careful because Chris Dickinson is the most dangerous member of the Beyond Wrestling roster. And coming out with Pitboss in tow. Absolutely despicable.
What Beyond Wrestling is all about. Nothing but a couple of completely oblivious fools who don't know a true gentleman, a true champion, a true rock star, a true sex icon when they see one.
The Dickinson, look at that.
And I ain't just talking about myself, I'm talking about the pit boss too.
Shut the fuck up, put the camera on me, I got something to say.
The little man wants to talk.
Oh, beat me.
Well, Nick Talon's not involved in this contest. It's already been established he can't compete.
I was trying to keep it low-key. You know about that shit. Yeah. I was trying to keep it low-key on the hush, but now the cat's out of the bag. Yeah, I'm hurt. I can't wrestle. I have a herniated disc in my neck. And the doctor... Let me fucking talk, asshole.
You can't handle your shit, that means I ain't got something to do with it. Shoot!
If I work a match too soon, it could be the end of my career. So
You could explode.
Oh, boo-hoo.
No sympathy from Chris Dickinson.
You know, taking this time off, you put some things in perspective for me. It's not about lulls anymore. It's not about jokes. It's not about coming out with a silly picture of myself on my shorts or coming out to the ring with an iPad. It's not about any of that bullshit anymore. It's about serious, about fucking redemption.
No,
So you fucking listen to me. Listen to me. Listen very closely to what I'm saying. You have to understand what you've done. I'm gonna go away for a little while. I'm gonna fucking get better. And when I come back, I'm gonna come back bigger. I'm gonna come back faster. I'm gonna come back stronger. Shoot! Now I don't know when it's gonna be.
This is the $1 million
One day, shut the fuck up! One day I'm gonna be better than you. I'm gonna be better than you. I'm gonna keep the fucking team.
Anytime you want it, you got it. Go away.
Well, Chris Dickinson not intimidated whatsoever from Nick Talon, but it was Nick Talon, now revealing to us that he has a herniated disc in his neck as a result of his match on day 2 of Gospel of the Boards, where Chris Dickinson kicked him right at the base of the skull where it meets the neck. You know, a very vulnerable spot in the body. Chris Dickinson, it seems, is doing permanent damage. Nick Talon, unfortunately, unable to compete in his scheduled match against the Pitboss earlier tonight. We saw Mark Angel step up to the plate. But this is just going to show you that the Doom Patrol, not content just to pick fights with Corvus Fear, not content to harass Zach Novak and Team Beyond Wrestling, also picking fights with other members of the roster, and even still, Chris Dickinson needs to be concerned about the man standing across the ring from him right now, TJ Marconi. And I'll tell you what, Marconi has one thing that Dickinson, in spite of all of his experience, in spite of all of his technical ability, in spite of the depths that he's willing to go to get a win, Marconi has one thing that Dickinson does not, and that is the support of the other wrestlers here at World of Hurt. As these two tie up, we see Marconi with a definite size advantage And he's going to be looking to use his size and his strength. I'm not sure if he's stronger than Chris Dickinson, though. He's certainly going to need to be craftier. He's going to need to make sure to avoid making any mistakes at all costs, because we know that Dickinson can just pick apart an opponent. These two tie up once again. And now Dickinson not really budging. There we see, showing some strength of his own, trying to back Marconi in the corner. Doing so with great difficulty, but he gets the big man trapped in the corner.
He ain't so big, he ain't so bad.
The referee reaches the 5 count, and we see a clean break from Dickinson. Now extending his hand for a handshake. What is wrong with this guy? He's a pure lunatic. And there you hear Marconi asking the other wrestlers, should I trust Dickinson? Dickinson blurting out, I don't know if I trust myself. What goes on inside this guy's head? Is it all mind games, or is there really a screw loose? Marconi able to get a hold of that arm. Now we saw Marconi's tag team partner in the Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, Darius Carter, take Chris Dickinson to his absolute limit at the Gospel of the Boards. Nobody has pressed Dickinson that far in Beyond Wrestling. Match going over 30 minutes. Dickinson, again, relying on those nefarious tactics to get the upper hand. And really, no regard for his opponent, even dumping him on the floor, on the outside of the ring.
You're the one that wants it.
But even still, we thought that we were going to see Dickinson extend his handshake to show that he respected Darius Carter for his efforts, even in defeat. But instead, Dickinson and the rest of the Doom Patrol laying the beat down on Carter. That's why Carter was looking for revenge today against Johnny Mangway, although he did not find that. Marconi really fighting Chris Dickinson tonight, representing Carter and the Lifestyles of the Rich and the Famous. I mean, this is a big opportunity for him if he can do what his partner couldn't, and that's knock off Chris Dickinson. I mean, that's something that not many members of the Beyond Wrestling roster in general have been able to do. Now again, these two showing just how strong they are, and Chris Dickinson really bringing the fight to TJ Marconi. Marconi still unable to overpower Dickinson, in spite of the fact that Dickinson is smaller. It just goes to show you how well conditioned he is. There you go, though. Marconi able to reverse the pressure, blocking the strike attempts from Dickinson, able to catch him with that side slam. No, Dickinson back on his feet, taking him down that time with the Russian leg sweep. There we saw the agility out of Dickinson, but right back in a position, Marconi able to drive him head first down to the mat. And that big flying knee from the big man. He's no slouch in the agility department himself. Trying to build some momentum, sending Dickinson across the ring, hard in the turnbuckles. And finally that side slam with the elbow drop, the combination only good for a 2 count. Now as Dickinson looking for some separation, trying to bring himself to the corner. Marconi able to get there first. Just unloading with that right hand on Dickinson's face. And if Dickinson's stumbling around, he leaves himself open. He gets caught with a double sledge right between the shoulder blades. Now Marconi tying up Dickinson and just chomping away the exposed chest of Chris Dickinson. And this is what Marconi needs to do. He is wrestling at a very deliberate pace, and by doing so, he is not going to allow himself to make a mistake. This might be a mistake right here. He's going for that signature powerbomb early on in the contest. He thinks that he has Dickinson worn down enough to do it. I mean, he's got Dickinson up on his shoulders, but Dickinson fighting with everything he's got. And that right hand connecting on the back of Marconi's head really must have caught him good there, because Marconi really not able to defend himself from this position. Just gets lit up with that punch. Oh, and an elbow again on the crown of the head. There you see that final strike to the back of the head. And then bam, that jab from Chris Dickinson, not messing around. Marconi trying to fight back, but really missing the mark. He gets a knee in the midsection for his trouble. Dickinson catching him, trying to bring him down with that snapmare. Said he's got that cravat applied, able to control the head of his opponent. And again, He's got Marconi in a position where he's able to land those knees to the midsection. Marconi, though, using his strength, but Dickinson able to hold down. Snaps and airs Marconi into position. That kick gets blocked, but not that time, and that's the exact kick that Dickinson used to put Nick Talent on the shelf. No regard for his opponent. Not concerned with winning the match, more concerned with ending people's careers. Going for that pin, and Marconi just able to get the shoulder off the mat. Take another look at that. The first one was blocked, but not the second. And that's something that can put somebody out of wrestling forever. Take away their livelihood. Take away the passion that they grew up, their lifelong dreams. And again, as talented as Dickinson is, he doesn't need to take cheap shots like that. Marconi, though, with that right elbow, sending Dickinson halfway across the ring, but Dickinson charging in once again with that big boot. Marconi looks like he's lucky. As much as that took out of him, it doesn't look like he's facing any sort of serious injury stemming from that. But again, when you're in the contest like this, when you're in a bout caught up in the heat of the moment and that adrenaline is pumping, you don't realize the extent of your injury sometimes until after the bell sounds. Now Dickinson wrestling a very deliberate pace of self, trying to not make any mistakes that Marconi can capitalize on. But again, this is what I'm talking about. He's able to effectively utilize those strikes. So why is he raking, Marconi's face across that top rope? Why is he choking him on the rope right now? Oh, come on! Now distracting the referee, the Pitboss landing a couple forearms. Watch this. Almost striking Brett Lauderdale, and instead just moving him in position so that he can't see what's going on behind him as the Pitboss lays into Marconi. And now grabbing him by the hair, just slapping him in the eye. And again, I don't even know if Dickinson wants to win this match as much as he does want to send a message to everybody else on the roster that Chris Dickinson is still the man. Marconi able to find a reversal, puts the brakes on, stops that kick. A good combination on Marconi. Perhaps taking too much time. Yeah, he telegraphed that big move. Oh no! And Chris Dickinson caught him on that left leg. And that's the leg that he heard at the Gospel of the Boards taping when that turnbuckle, when those ropes came loose and came slingshotting into the ring. A freak accident as Marconi was trying to protect Darius Carter. And I had my suspicions. I didn't think that he was coming into this contest 100%. With one swift kick, Dickinson once again firmly in control. Now again, just wrenching away on the knee. He's got that leg all barred up. I don't know if Marconi realizes how close to the ropes he is. But again, in perfect position right there. Dickinson catching him in a bad way, and you've got to think that he's going to be working on everything from the knee down. All of those ligaments, all of those tendons. From the knee, down the calf, to the ankle. I'll tell you what, it's a sound strategy out of Dickinson. No matter how big your opponent is, he's the same size as you when he's laying on the mat. And Dickinson just firing away with that drop kick again to that knee. Catching him from the side, too. And that's where you face a lot of really serious injuries with the knee. It's not the forward and backward mobility, but it's the mobility on the knee side to side. And look at the way that Dickinson's positioning that leg on the rope. Mangway unable to move out of the way. And there you see the way that Dickinson is trying to bend the knee in an unnatural way at the side of the knee. Just trying to loosen up everything.
This is how you break down a big oak. They start at the trunk and you chop and you chop.
Well, Pitboss obviously there for more than moral support. We've seen him get involved. And Dickinson again just sizing up his opponent, just chopped away. Marconi unable to even stand on his own accord, using the ropes to prop himself up. Now using his good leg to kick away at Chris Dickinson, but that just fired Dickinson up. That one slap. Now again, just trying to push the lower part of the leg away from the upper part of the leg where it meets at the knee. Marconi not even with enough strength to pull his leg down in that precarious position. Moving out of the way, Dickinson's leg gets caught now, but as Marconi comes charging in, his leg gets tied up once again. Again, he tends to rely on that big boot to subdue his opponents, but that was a big mistake that he really could not afford to make, and now just trying to fight it off. Oh, and he just gets crotched on that post. And here we see Dickinson now stepping over, perhaps going for a figure four, or at least a variation of it, while Marconi's legs are tied up on that turnbuckle. And now normally the figure four, the way that it's applied is to apply pressure on the right knee. But the way that Dickinson has this hold in, the way that he's pulling away on the left knee, the injured knee, is doing more to hyperextend that knee than it is to put damage on the right leg. And Brett Lauderdale finally getting in there, saying enough is enough, making Dickinson break the hold. But again, take a look at this. The way that Dickinson's leg is intertwined, as his body weight comes down on the floor, all of the pressure is hyperextending and pulling away at that left knee, as opposed to applying pressure on the right leg. Again, an interesting variation of the figure four out of Chris Dickinson, but I mean, this kid knows what he's doing. He's going for that bad wheel, and he's not letting up. Or just running in with that forearm. Again, coming off the ropes, just kicking him in the face. And you're going to wonder if referee Brett Lauderdale is just going to put a stop to this. But Marconi, give him credit. I don't know where he found the wherewithal to do that. Pitboss getting right in his face, but Chris Dickinson getting crouched on that post. And now the Pitboss has Marconi's attention, just getting right in his face and shoving him. Marconi able to avoid contact, and with that one chop, sending the Pitboss down on the mat. I think he might have banged the back of his head on that concrete. And again, since we've seen the Doom Patrol here at World of Hurt, it's been nothing but 2-on-1 and 3-on-1. These guys are coming into these matches like they're handicap matches. Anybody that's facing the Doom Patrol needs to have eyes in the back of their head. Pitboss getting rocked bad, but look at the time it's taken Marconi just to get back into the ring. I mean, give Dickinson plenty of time to recover. Kicking the rope into the groin of Marconi. I mean, that should necessitate a disqualification. But again, it's up to the referee's discretion. And Brett Lauderdale wants to see Marconi win this on his own, but Dickinson's setting up for that arm hook pile driver. That's going to be it. Marconi, again, trying to use his strength to power out, but Dickinson able to hold him in position. Perhaps I spoke too soon. Marconi now looking for that Boston Crab. I mean, he can barely stand on his own accord. Again, he's going to have to take that big step with that bad leg and able to get in position, but how long can he hold it? As much pressure as he is applying on the legs and the back of Chris Dickinson. There you see Dickinson with his right hand just punching Marconi again in that left leg. Not able to hold that submission on for enough time to do any serious damage. And just a straight kick from Dickinson. And again, right to the knee, right underneath the knee. And again, that drop kick, just kicking the leg right up from underneath Marconi. Marconi tumbling to the mat. And Dickinson still talking shit. Coming off the rope, building momentum, but he gets caught. Now Marconi's going to go for the choke slam, but he's going to need the strength in his legs in order to be able to pull it up. There you see, trying to knock some feeling into his leg. He picks Dickinson up for that choke slam. Going for the pin. No! He's still holding on. And now that signature sit-out choke slam, all impact. Marconi able to get his body over Dickinson's midsection, but instead holding his leg rather than going for a more effective cover. I mean, you saw the impact of the first choke slam. And then the second, if he had a better pin, that might have been enough to put Dickinson away, but Marconi, this kid is tough. Still fighting back, now going for that flashing lights TKO, but stumbling around, trying not to put pressure on his leg, and perhaps taking too much time. I mean, he's on spaghetti legs right now. He goes to swing Dickinson out. He took too much time. Dickinson able to avoid contact, and now that sliding clothesline right in the face. How quick is Chris Dickinson? Just like a cat up to the top rope, and that flying dropkick sends Marconi into the opposite corner. Chris Dickinson, could this be his opportunity to put Marconi away? Marconi still managing to kick out. Chris Dickinson is beside himself. He knew that he was coming into this match with a lot on the line with Marconi. I mean, this kid's got a lot to prove, but considering that he came into this match injured and that Dickinson has focused the majority of his offense on that bad leg, Marconi's put up a hell of a fight. And now again, Chris Dickinson perhaps going for that figure four again. Marconi finally with enough leg strength to push Dickinson off, but by doing so, he's also pushed off the official, who collided with the cameraman on the outside. He caught Dickinson good there. You see the pain etched on his face, but Brett Lauderdale now rolling out to the floor. Oh no! And now the Pitboss is going to get in there. You're going to be kidding me. Somebody needs to stop this. The Pitboss taking too much time to telegraph it. Marconi moving the chair out of the way and just catching that boot right in the face of the Pitboss. How much is left? How much does Marconi have left? And now Chris Dickinson running to the center of the ring, getting the chair first and just slamming it down on the back of TJ Marconi, the paparazzi prince, giving it his all. Oh, for Christ's sake, what is wrong with Chris Dickinson? He's gonna break this kid's leg. And now just dropping that chair on the back of his ankle. Come on! Chris Dickinson, visibly pissed off at the way that this match is unfolding. He's calling for the end right here, going for that knee drop. Now he collides knee first on that chair as Marconi somehow able to get out of the way, clearing the chair out of the ring. Let's not forget that Dickinson himself has had knee problems, that actually factoring into the finals of the High Five Academy tournament. But he got caught with that TKO, unable to stand on his feet. Is that going to be it? Where's the referee? Referee Brent Lauderdale doing his damnedest to get in the ring. Is that going to be too much? 2, 3, Marconi with an upset, picking up a big win over Chris Dickinson. An unbelievable match, an unbelievable effort. There you see Dickinson missing with the knee drop. Marconi hitting that TKO, and Dickinson right back down to the mat. The Pitboss saying that this match needs to be restarted. He's the one that introduced the chair in the ring in the first place. Now what is he doing in the ring? Oh, come on! Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, when will it ever stop with these guys? Now Pitboss just choking away on TJ Marconi. I'm sure that he's very proud of this, but let's not forget, when these two squared up one-on-one, fair and square, it was the Pitboss that was defeated by TJ Marconi. Now looking to take some of his aggressions out on Dickinson's fallen opponent. And Dickinson, what is wrong with this guy? What is wrong with the Doom Patrol? They have turned Beyond Wrestling into their own personal playground. They're tormenting anybody that comes through here. Now that knee drop, again, on the leg of TJ Marconi. These guys are just trying to wreck his leg. And again, wrenching, trying to pull all the ligaments and tendons loose around the knee area. Now Dickinson's throwing the chair in there. Will somebody get in there and try and stop this? The Pitboss saying it's never enough. When's it going to be enough? When all the competitors of Beyond Wrestling are put out of the industry, then what's the Doom Patrol going to do? Nobody's going to want these guys in their organizations. Oh, just stomping with the chair. Look at this crazy look on Dickinson's face. No remorse whatsoever.
Yeah, you're a sore loser, both of you. Both of you, a lot of you guys are sore losers. Get the hell out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Well, another chaotic situation to end a match here at the World of Hurt taping.
It's fucking bullshit. I don't even want to run shows if you're going to keep doing shit like this.
You can't blame the frustrations of everybody else here, but nobody wants to get involved. Because nobody wants to be on the receiving end. You know, that's the thing. Marconi got involved. He did the right thing by coming to his partner's aid after Darius Carter was being attacked after his classic match with Chris Dickinson at Gospel of the Boards. And this is how he's repaid. The focus right now is not on the fact that TJ Marconi got one of the biggest wins of his career. It's on the fact that he may never wrestle again because he might not be able to walk. Even when the Doom Patrol loses, these guys go out on top. And when is it going to end? When is it going to end? Marconi trying to be held back up to his feet. I mean, a hell of a performance. I mean, it's such a gutsy effort from TJ Marconi, and the fact that he was able to withstand all of it and still get the pin over Chris Dickinson. I mean, that's going to be one of the biggest victories in the history of Beyond Wrestling. Never mind just TJ Marconi's career. But look at this. He can't even stand. At what cost did it come?